What is happening, everybody? See that Kevin's already popped by. What's going on, Kevin? Kelly. Jay's popped by. Kelly. Yeah, there's Kelly. There's David. So David, yeah. You know what? You just actually kind of reminded me of something that I should do. Because when I created our website, I actually got Cape Cod Magnet Crew, but I also registered Cape Cod Magnet Fishing too, and had it just point to Cape Cod Magnet Crew. But I should probably steal the email address too. That'd probably be a good idea. So I think I'm going to do that. Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, as you just saw in that video, Josh has a lot more of the whole bomb thing. And I reached out to him beforehand. I didn't want to steal any of his thunder. Because that's a pretty significant find, you know what I mean? What's going on again there, Roger? Appreciate you sneaking in, buddy. I know it's super late over there. But yeah, the bomb thing was interesting. I asked him if I could use the little bit of footage that I did take. And when you guys saw it sitting there on the bridge, you could see the bottom of it. And when he moved it a little bit, bottom popped off, and we realized it was inert. So, yeah, it was very safe, luckily. But it was still a cool find, you know. We had an awesome day. I always like hanging out with Josh. I like hanging out with just about everybody. I was magnet fishing with Brockton the week before. Here's Nick. What's going on, dude? Yeah, I was with Brockton the week before. I was with Josh this past Monday. I actually have something pretty cool lined up. I think I talked about it last week, but absolutely, Jason. Those are for that little sticker giveaway, that impromptu one I did couple weeks ago. I just wish I had gotten them to you sooner. I don't know what the heck took me so long. But yeah, like I said, I've been busy doing collabs and stuff for the last 2 Mondays. This Monday coming up, I actually have an interview at this place called Cape Media News. It's just this very micro level news, but they do interviews with community members and stuff like that. And so I'm going to go into the studio at like 9 or 10 a.m. And then we are going to go pop over to the Chatham Fish Pier, which I'm definitely repeating myself from last week. Great job, Nate. But I'm pumped about it. It's going to be a good opportunity. Obviously I can't record the interview, but once that does go up, I will, I'll be sharing that on social media too. I'm just excited for the local exposure. I really want to try getting in with some local people, kind of similar to what Nick has been doing. I don't know if you guys have all seen Magnet Junkie's new video. He put one out midweek, and he's been doing some stuff with some local groups, doing like cleanups and really going above and beyond just magnet fishing. He's joined up with some people, and they're walking around with those little hand claws and doing that type of stuff. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it completely. It's cool. It's fun. As you know, it's just more involvement with our local communities. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to get out of this. Maybe somebody sees it and they've got an event coming up this spring or something. Lots going on. So I haven't figured out what to do for the next Monday yet, but maybe it'll be a time to just do a nice chill Cape Cod video day. Maybe I'll go up to Provincetown or something. But yeah, inspired you. It was a really good video, and it just goes to show that we don't just pull stuff out of the water, when we see events happening around us. Nick has set the bar for us. What's going on, Ken? How are you, buddy? But that's what I got going on this week. What else? I was going to talk about something earlier, and I've completely forgotten it. Roger was talking about a boat. So let me ask you, Roger, if you have a boat, right? there are lots of canals. Are you allowed to just take that out on the canals? Because all I ever see in a lot of the videos over there is you guys have like those long boats and stuff like that. So where would you guys all boat? Actually, you know what? I think I've seen Steve Hooligan in a paddle boat. What is going on, Josho? Appreciate you coming by. But I'd be really curious where you can boat in your area, Roger. Are there lake? I'm sure there's got to be lakes too. There has to be. But I would want to take that thing in through the canals. Do you have to have a license? Maybe Roger disappeared. That's one of my goals for next season, though, is a boat. Now that I have a truck with a hitch on it, a boat is now an option, whereas it wasn't before. I wasn't. Um, okay, all good, Josh, all good. No pressure at all, man. Yeah, if you're a sensible 4 miles on the canal and 6 miles on the river. Okay. That's actually really cool then, because maybe that'll help you access areas that you guys aren't able to get to. Or heck, I mean, under bridges are always really hard to get to. So you could always just go and anchor up and throw underneath those bridges. That that's what I really, really got to look into, a boat. But I think I missed the time of the season where a lot of people dump theirs. Usually at the end of the summer here on Cape Cod, you'll see people posting, especially the summer folks. A lot of them just have money, so they buy new stuff every year and they get rid of it at the end of the year. Do it, dude. Do it, man. That would be hysterical. The Fisher of the UK. Oh man, if you saw Nate's video, you can see my version on Saturday morning. Yes. 8 a.m. That was what I was telling him. I didn't I didn't actually have Josh a ton of I didn't have any of the footage of when you got it. Only when you had made the call with Jason, and I didn't even honestly realize that I had the camera running. So that's really the only footage I had of that. But yes, Silver City Saturdays, 8 a.m. You should go jump over to Josh's page now and hit all the bells so that way you don't miss it. It was a really, really good day out. You know, I had fun catching those candy cane things. You heard me mention that a couple times in the video. I had done I had gone to that same exact place. No, not open out with that. Last year, and I was magnet fishing in the ice. And I thought it was cute that there were these candy cane looking devices that were coming out of the water. I thought it was appropriate for the snow and the ice. And if I were to guess, it was probably around Christmas time. No, that's hysterical though, Roger. You know, everybody's got their little taglines. I don't know if you guys noticed it, and this is, I guess, is how I can get some feedback because you guys did watch it. Um, he has. He has. We've all got opinions on it. I have my opinion on it, but I really wish him luck with what he's going through. I know it's hard. I guess I'm not that big, so I don't know how hard it is. I have a real job. Lucky for him, he gets to not. But where was I going? Phrases. I didn't say the got my bucket, got my rope thing. I let the song do it with the intro. What did you all think of that? Was that too much? Was it too over the top? If I do it every week, is it going to get annoying? Should I maybe just do it occasionally? Yeah, what's your feedback on that, guys? Really, really would appreciate the feedback on it. I thought it sounded cool. It actually lasted perfectly inside of the intro. And then the outro one, I used the last two stanzas of the song. Yeah, can't miss what you never had. Yeah, just be grateful for what I do have. That's it. That's absolutely it, Roger. Everything I'm absolutely grateful for. The fact that the community, the fact that we made these connections across the pond, other people here within this country. I'm just grateful for the connection and the community and meeting everybody else along the way. I mean, meeting guys like Jack, the fan that we had met in Rhode Island. When stuff like that happens, it's really cool, but I don't take myself super seriously. I have a day job, dude, and when I'm done with this, I'm going to go back to being Nate, the guy who coexists in this house. I say, let's get swing and thrown and all. Yeah. Yep. I know. And that's kind of your thing too, Josh. But we all kind of have our saying. I mean, Nick has the 3G thing. Get up, get out, go find yourself. We've all got them. You got your own little sayings. Everybody has their own little play on words. I mean, even when that guy Jose came back for a little while, Tampa Bay. I don't know if you're still in here, Nick, if you've heard from him at all lately, but um Jose's thing, I know we all say in the bucket, but it was actually part of his stick, like making sure he said it multiple times throughout his video. I think it was in his song. Um, yeah, we all got our little phrases. It's in the bucket. Yep, exactly. Used Bitcoin and didn't understand it. Swindled out of 250K. Yeah. Yeah. I did hear about all that stuff. It's very unfortunate. I don't know the whole situation behind it, whether it was Bitcoin or being swindled, but regardless, it sucks to see somebody um get taken advantage of regardless, whether they understood it or not. Um, there are a lot of predators out there in the world and a lot of bad people, and it just sucks when stuff happens to people. So condolences to him, and I wish him luck. I think he's got plenty of content that eventually, hopefully, he can get himself back on track. Um, I know it's going to be hard, but he's been doing this stuff forever. He's built a very, very solid foundation. Um, okay. Oh, okay. I did hear a thing go poof. I didn't realize that was your message. Uh, let's see. It's taking forever to log in. Who is this? The Fisher. That's what we're talking about. All right. I'll check that. I'll check it offline, Kelly. But I got it. I'll look at it when we're off. Yeah, Tyler. Okay. I forget his name. Um, that's exactly what I'm saying, Ken. Can we just get the warmth back? That's why I'm really, 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 really envious of really envious of Nick and the dudes in Florida. Two Brothers, Magnet Troll. I think you should have a rap for your tune. Yeah. I don't like rap though, dude. It would be funny. If it were up to me and the music that I would put out there, Roger, no one would be understanding what the people were saying anyway. So I just I thought a fun little silly sea shanty would be very appropriate for Cape Cod being such a fishing community that Cape Cod is. I mean, heck, most of the East Coast, or I even remember living in Nashville when I lived down there, and a lot of the restaurants would fly in seafood right here from Cape Cod every single day, so they can get fresh stuff. There were even like different markets that would do it also, so they would just send one plane and everybody would go. Okay, gotcha. Look at it in 25 minutes when we go off here. I'm sure he did get scammed. I'm very, very cautious of all the scamming stuff. And I see it a lot working where I work. Because we have so many customers that are online. Um, And we have a very, very elderly community here. A lot of people get taken advantage of. Custom, what's happening, dude? What's going on, my man? Appreciate you popping in. Don't envy us too hard, Roger. The food doesn't beat this cold. This cold is just not worth it. Just like Ken asked earlier, when is spring coming back? Because I'm ready for spring to come back real fast. We haven't even gotten to the coldest days yet. We haven't even gotten to the snowstorms yet. But I'm gonna still be out there. As a matter of fact, actually, because last year we had to use those silly kitchen gloves on the outside because I layer the heck up out of my with my gloves. But I'm gonna put a pair of small liners on, then my regular magnet fishing gloves, then this. They're black ones. I always felt weird using the green ones. Those were so gross. One piece at a time. Yep. That's awesome. Everybody's got their catchphrases. That's what makes everybody unique, you know. But I had to order more gloves because the cold is coming. I have some liners coming too. I still haven't. Last year, I did figure out the cold and I didn't end up with frostbite like I did the first year. Yeah, right. No dishpan hands. Those for magnifishing. Keep these hands clean. I'll still end up smelling by the end of the day though. But I just want the black ones. The green ones just looked really, really silly. And I've been really, really picky on editing lately. I'm really enjoying learning some of the learn a lot of editing, extra editing stuff. So not to the point where I lost anything, like meaning I lost a fingertip or something custom, but I'm pretty sure it's legit frostbite. It didn't turn black, but I had no feeling of the tip of this pinky right here. Had no feeling for 3.5, almost 4 months. So I did so much nerve damage to the pinky that I couldn't feel it for that long. Oh, the past was so cold. Yeah, me too. I mean, God, I could look. I'm sure you guys have seen them, the videos. Let's just see real quick. Bring up something here. Let's see. I'm just gonna bring up like the thumbnails of them. God, I'm looking through these old videos. I am not looking forward to the winter. Yeah, here we go. Another catchphrase, if that's the right word. That is the right word. Try to stay away from black guns. That's true. That would be awesome. Send everybody do a mass email real quick. Howdy. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you popping in. But I would love to find out about warm gloves. Warm and flexible. I'll send you the info later. The red, orange color. In from Hardware Hank. Big or small, I take it all. There you go. See? Everybody's got a phrase. I don't even know where the got my bucket, got my rope came from. I think I legit said it in one video and I'm like, that sounds good. That's what I'm going to take. It is kind of cheesy, but that's part of what makes a good catchphrase, is a little bit of cheese, Got to make it memorable. And that's how all these other big companies make it. So why not? I do want to put it on a shirt. I just haven't figured out how. And one of these days soon, I am going to be pressing shirts. I actually have a couple hats I got to put up on the site. I'm just trying to find a way of doing it. I'm putting together if you don't know what to use, bro. That's a good one too. It's a good one. Yeah, that's my sound. Is that what you're saying, Roger? That's my phrase. I never heard anybody else say it in all the times I've been watching Magnafishing. So, um, but I was just talking about shirts and stuff like that. Nick's been using a lot of the on-demand services, which I was trying to use at first too. And this one just continually messes up his logo over and over and over again. So I think he may go to a heat press just like I've been using. I'm just trying to figure out how to make a store and be able to collect, like run PayPal off the store without having to pay somebody like an in-betweener. You know what I mean? Because I'm just gonna make the shirts. Why make somebody else do it and then wait? I mean, I ordered and this is yeah, ordered something a while ago, and some of these drop ship companies, I stopped using them too. They wouldn't send our stuff on time. So I think if I create a little storefront, have one or two designs, then do some like cheeky one-off drops, like those shirts that I still got to press. I have 15 shirts downstairs, not pressed, with that funny design. Josh knows about it. He kind of pre-ordered one. Guy John in Harwich pre-ordered one. I just haven't gotten around to making them. It is, Roger. I have the heat presses. I made this hat. You know what I mean? Like, and I've got a few more. I've made shirts. Um, no, this isn't one of them. But all the Cape Cod Magna Crew shirts I wear, I've made them myself. I'll have to look at that with Shopify. I think I did try to use them custom, but I don't want to use them to be a printer. All I want them to do is be like my sales front. My name has changed. I wonder, is that like a no, I think you might have changed something. Um, because even some of your comments are coming across with this name too. So I think something changed for you. But to go back to this custom, at the beginning, I did try using Shopify, and then I attached a group called Printify. That was the dropship company. Um, but I just want to create the storefront and sell my own stock. I don't want anybody else to print it for me. I want to take care of all the printing. I mean, I have to get it printed at the transfer place, but it's still better to have them do that and buy my own shirts. Changed them all for us in the UK when the clocks went back. How do you mean? Like they stopped letting you use them, or they changed to a different dropship company? Because I don't trust any of them. I think I'm just going to take the store part completely off of YouTube. I don't even want that there. I want to just do it all myself. And I haven't heard any feedback from anybody who's won shirts, because we did do a whole bunch of shirts for the 5K giveaway. I haven't heard anybody say that they've broken down or anything. Shopify is basically just storefronts. I don't think awesome. I will look that up after watching Kelly's video. Um, yeah, I got to do my open enrollment for work tonight too. Tonight's the last night. Of course, I waited until the last minute. I've had my store up for years, and that's it's part of the reason why I just don't want to do it, Josh. I would rather just do like drops where I come up with a design and then I say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go print this out. Who wants in on it?" And see who bites. And if a few people bite on it, then that's cool. I'll make a few extras and then have them keep them for giveaways or maybe for selling more. Oh, yes. You know what? It's looking like that too on here. It all says at custom. It's even doing it here in the chat on StreamYard too. I gotcha. I haven't sold anything either, Josh. Yeah, I appreciate that. I like my hat too, Lou. Um, yeah, if you do it, dude, have Angie. I know you were saying a while ago she has a cry cut, right? Nothing you could do like huge designs, but you could do like you could do some designs with like a chest logo or something like that. Could easily do that on a cry cut and just press them. Probably transition to meta. All the handles changing. I didn't see that comment, too. Yeah, I'd like some chocolate too. So what is that website? Um, I think doing everything your own is a little bit better. Like I said, I mean, this was my very first one I made. Okay. Now, hold on. I only messed up on one hat. Um, let's see. And that this was the test hat. That's why I'm wearing it. All the rest of them still look like our regular logo, and they were super easy to press. You know, now you could look cool. Appreciate you coming in, Custom. That's absolutely awesome. Really, really greatly appreciate all the support. Appreciate the fact that you come in, that you watch stuff, you comment, and I helped out with the Shopify thing. Maybe I'll figure that out, and that way I can use that again for drops and for some of these other things that I still got hanging around. I've got a couple shirts hanging around too. I'd love to put them up. Yeah, I don't know about that, Kelly. I don't know about that. But yeah, what else is going on? Let's see. Talia's here. Talia got a haircut. I don't know if she wants to come on with her haircut though. You'll just show a photo.
I'm just gonna look at camera. It's like
Oh yeah. She had a whole bunch cut off, guys. It looks fantastic. Yeah, let's turn this off. There. That's the back. You got some nice layers done. Got a bunch of the weight taken off. Roger, what's happening? You don't have one on the front. You don't want to show what the front looks like? Yeah, see? It looks great. It looks fantastic.
there's just me like
I'm not
you
joking.
see this part, it's kinda like
I know, but that's
like
kind of what that whole layer texturizing thing does to your hair. Like I said, give it a few days. It'll look great.
I wanna go to school tomorrow. Not because I don't wanna like I'm fine with people seeing it. There's just like there's two specific friends that I don't want them to see because they're the type
She is, I know.
brutally honest.
Well, if they were brutally honest, they would tell you the fact that you look great. So there's nothing for them to be brutally honest about. It's a great haircut, Delia. And you look fantastic. Even everybody on here is saying you're so pretty, da 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 da. Like, yeah. Don't listen to punks at school. They're just punks at school. You know what I mean? Because do they affect you when you're here in the house or when you're out with your friends? No, they're nobodies. I'm gonna have to go fight some kids. Throw hands with the kids. She got layers and stuff like that. And I mean, literally, like her hair was so far down, it was like almost to her waist. I bet you she feels a ton lighter, you know? That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And that's part of the reason why I tell her, I'm like, just give it a day or two. The one thing when, even myself, when I just go get a fresh haircut, it looks weird for the day or two, and then it poof comes right in. She looks fantastic. I don't know what she's talking about. 100%. 100%. I did too, you know, a lot of my kids did. I'm gonna tell you one thing right now, and 6 inches off last week. Oh my lord. T. Stephen Taylor, what's going on, my man? It has been a while. I appreciate you coming on and hanging out. But to go back to this one, Lou. So my son, my 17-year-old, got bullied quite a bit. And there was actually this 1 year, right, at the school that they go to, or the school he goes to now. My other son graduated, but they start at 8th grade, so it's 8th to 12th grade. The 8th graders share the high school. So my son came in, and probably maybe a month into the school year, and I'm not boasting about this, guys. I'm just talking about bullies here. My older son had been getting mad that someone was picking on my son, and but he had never seen anything, and he wasn't going to start anything because that's the way I taught him. You don't start anything. You never ever start anything. And so one day they were actually in school, had just gotten there to school. My son Colin, the younger one, was sitting off to the side reading a book before school started, and someone came up to him and started pulling on his shirt, making fun of him because maybe he had worn the shirt last week. I think that's what the kid was saying. You wore that shirt last week. Absolutely ridiculous. But they were just picking on him, pushed him. His older brother saw. His older brother was a senior. And again, like I said, even though he was a bully and he was pushing his brother, my older son did nothing until the other kid decided to touch him first. Then that bully never bullied my son ever again. Let's just say that. My son did have to take a 2-day vacation from school, but that was fine. He got ice cream. And I think he spent a couple days playing video games downstairs in his room for taking care of his big brother. I don't do bullying, but I also don't do starting fights. I'm not one to condone violence, but I'm also not the one to condone allowing people who are being picked on to be picked on. So, yeah. My son got a 2-day vacation. I think that guy got a 2-week vacation. And he hasn't done anything to Colin since. Even though the other son is not in the school anymore, he learned real quick. Yeah, I don't do bullies. I got bullied in high school too. No one stuck up for me. So I just wanted to make sure that my kids knew that they were always able to stick up for themselves or to stick up for others. Again, not preaching. All right. We can change the topic. Trouble is, I have a lot of kids. That's it. That's it. And that's why, again, Roger, bullies just need to be taken care of. Never swing first, though. But always make sure that you're the last. Bullies are horrendous. It happened to us all, you know what I mean? But honestly, I think for some of us, we just learned. I mean, we also come from a little bit of a different generation. We're all a little older up there, and people handled things much differently when we grew up. Not this is not turning into a political discussion. This is turning into a discussion about community and stuff like that. And community has changed, and that's why I really, really enjoy coming on here with everybody, because I feel like I'm part of something. We've all got our own beliefs, our own opinions and stuff like that, but we have one thing in common, and that's magnet fishing. And we can all kind of come around that stuff. Sure, we can talk about this kind of silly stuff. And it's not really silly stuff, it's serious stuff. But that's really what I think is lacking, not just here or not just here, because we have it here, But in reality, I think there used to be small towns, and small towns meant something. You know what I mean? 9 out of 10 grow up to be losers. 100%. This all day. That all day. Yeah. And I became a second Dan degree. Props to you, sir. Props to you. Let's go back up and read that. Come on, why aren't you going anywhere? That is good, but it's hard for girls. Yes, sometimes because they don't fight it. It's psychological. Okay. Yeah, I absolutely try all that. You know, she's got a good group of friends, I think, though. She's got a really good group of friends at her school. So they just try to stick with each other. That's really what it's all about. Finding a good group of friends, but things were different. I don't mean to sound like the old guy who's like, get off my lawn, and I don't want to deal with any of this new stuff, but it's true. Kids are growing up in a different world, and we didn't have all this technology. We didn't have the phones constantly in our back pockets. We knew what community was because we had groups of friends. And while I definitely consider everybody here online friends, those friendships were different because they were in person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, all my brothers were younger, unfortunately. Same thing, Ken. It is actually getting close to 8:30, so I'm actually gonna start wrapping up here soon. I appreciate the fact that everybody's coming along and listen to us just kind of go off in the tangent here at the end. That's it now, but also what we can also do as adults is just walk away and just be like, you know what, you're a whatever, and then move on. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't even deal with it. I've had people try to bully me. I've had some of my, I won't go off on it because I'm getting out of here, but I've had customers start right in on me because the company I work for, and I'm like, look, if we're going to deal with this, if we're going to go down this direction today, I'm not dealing with negativity. I'm out. And I've actually walked out to my van and I've left a job because I'm just not doing it. That's the one thing that's great about being an adult. I don't have to deal with everybody's bullshit if I don't want to. You know what I mean? Things were different when we were young. A lot of good settled out back. Yeah, absolutely. Have a great weekend, everybody. Yeah. Night, y'all. I'm out too. Absolutely. T, we're all figuring it out as we go, but we just gotta stick up for people. Stick up against the bullies. Throw hands once hands have been thrown. Guys, I'm out of here. We'll talk to you guys next week. Like I said, cool thing coming on this Monday. So next Monday's or Thursday's video will be cool. I don't know if I'm going to go live Monday because, like I said, she's going to be filming. But if I can, I will. Adios, everybody. Appreciate you.